Like elsewhere in America, farmers and fruit growers in the eastern state of Pennsylvania rely heavily on immigrants, mainly Hispanics, to tend the fields and harvest the crops. Many enter the U.S. illegally but have settled in rural communities across the country, raising families while working the fields and paying taxes withdrawn from their paychecks. But stepped-up immigration enforcement by the Trump administration is threatening this way of life. VOA's Bill Rogers reports.
It's pruning time for the apple trees in this part of Pennsylvania. And these orchards, like so many others, are being tended by Hispanic immigrant workers. It's repetitive, often tedious work that takes hours. Farm work that few native-born Americans will do anymore, says Kay Hollabaugh, who helps run a family farm and orchard in Adams County.
If my immigrant workforce is taken away, I don't have anybody to harvest my fruits and vegetables. It will be the end of our business. 75 people will not have a job, and my family, who has been here over 60 years, will lose this.
The nearby town of York Springs is home to some of the Hispanic immigrants who work on the farms. But few are out on the streets in this community of some 800 people, almost half Hispanic. They're scared following recent arrests by immigration agents.
Before it was different. It was more relaxed. People would go out and walk around. They weren't afraid. Today it's very different. People aren't hiding. Most of the people have left town. They return to their countries before anything else happens.
The Rice Fruit Company packing house, which employs some people from York Springs, also needs immigrant labor. Rice Fruit has 100 people working year-round, double that number at harvest time. Most come from Latin America.
No question about it, there's a great deal of anxiety.
Company President David Rice says while everyone on the payroll has the necessary documents to work legally, there's still a climate of fear.
It's really unfortunate because those people, very, very fine workers and very, very fine people who are contributing a lot to the local economy and an immense amount to the apple economy particularly.
The Adams County fruit industry generates $580 million a year, according to one study, and almost 20,000 jobs. But if immigrant workers start to leave the area, Rice says he'll have to downsize.
We're looking at ways to reduce our labor needs, and that involves more automation. I mentioned the possibility of downsizing our orchards so that we're only harvesting the most profitable and the most labor-efficient orchards. Those are very real options in terms of dealing with the reduced labor force.
At the Hollabaugh fruit stand, pictures of family and workers line the walls. So this is personal for Kay Hollabaugh.
When I watch on TV a Hispanic mom or dad pulled away from their kids, I can't deal with it. I don't get it. Taking my workforce away, remembering that I'm feeding everyone, along with the dairy farmers and the corn growers, and, I just feel like our time and money could be so much better spent than tearing families apart and sending well-intended people home.
I want this flag along the side of it. Okay.
At a vigil in historic Gettysburg, the Adams County seat, demonstrators show their support for the undocumented by handing out apples picked by immigrant workers.
Would you like an apple, sir?
Apples provided by one of the vigil's sponsors, the Rice Fruit Company.